We are live. Look, everybody, they're back. I wiggled my nose and ta-da! Oops. Oops, I can't do it. There.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, Ed.
Hola.
So, how are we doing? I know you guys were up late. I went to bed early a little bit.
I wasn't up as late as this guy. I mean, he was. I don't know how he does that.
Well, I was just telling them that Mom and Dad watched their first episode of Rico's stream last night. After mine, I told them that you had ate some of those chocolate things, and they had to see it, and they both laughed so hard. So anybody who haven't seen it, it's pretty good. And then my dad said, "Oh, he mentioned your name."
You're famous now.
It's like I was on the news.
Didn't I say like F you, Ed, or something like that?
I don't know.
I think I did. At least once. At least once.
Because it was on their TV, I think they felt like I was my name was being mentioned on the news. They've never seen me on it, so that's impressive.
It was fun. It was fun. Like I was saying before, it was one of my favorite of the Snarfer Barf because the Snarfer Barf has got two sides to it. It's either local items that people are sort of proud of their area, or that are indicative of their area, representative of their area where they live in the world, or something that they find weird or gross or whatever. That's what it's all about. And you nailed it with the gross part of it. It wasn't even really gross, but for me it was because I have such a strong aversion to popsicle sticks.
Well, there's one thing I made, and I'll give you a hint.
Don't do it.
It looks like a white skirt tetra.
Okay.
That's all I'll say.
Okay.
But I accidentally popped a piece of it in my mouth after I was done. Not your chocolate covered part, but the non-chocolate, because I saw it on the counter because I was eating all the stuff that I almost barfed right there. I definitely went and spit it out. But it was funny because at one point you read one of Whip's comments and you said, Whip said, and both Mom and Dad said, because they know that Whip's going to be our neighbor someday. So they both got excited to hear Whip's name.
Now I'm famous.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, let me go back to the top here.
Tons of people.
I don't know how far up I can go, but the first one I see is Fishion.
I think he was first. I opened up the chat this morning. I think that was first. Yeah, Fernando.
Okay, so that's good. Professor Fish Tanks, and then Squatchy and Shady. Hey, Shady.
Shady.
Curtis Crump, and Miss Lisa. She's working and lurking. Maddie's here.
Too cool.
Vino's here. Vinoske. Jimmy P. Hey, Jimmy. I am Miss Tracy. Miss Tracy's here. She's got a Facebook page if y'all want to check it out. Of course, I'm not going to remember what it is. Tracy, if you're still here, let me know. It's Marquette something fish and reptiles. So you guys.
She close to you then? Is it Marquette close to you?
I think she's up in Wisconsin.
Oh, that's right. Marquette's in the UP, isn't it? It's close to Iron Mountain, I believe.
Who else do we got? Way and Too Cooly for Schooly. I haven't seen you in a while.
I know. That is so cool. I saw her too, and that's hi. Plushy's here, and Nancy B. She's going to be my neighbor. Sketty. She's kind of my neighbor now. Well, almost literally because she's in Iowa. Johnny No Shoes. Hi, Johnny and Denny.
I didn't know Sketty Nonia was from Iowa.
I didn't either until just recently when she said she was going to go to the swap. I think in April.
What part of Iowa?
I don't know. I didn't.
The
I
part
didn't
with
ask you where
corn,
she lives.
the part with corn.
Yeah. Tell us everything but the last digit of your address.
Yeah, right.
Credit card numbers help.
3G. Hey, 3G. Geekster. Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. I can't do it as well as
Nobody can.
who can? Right. Zenny made it. You'll have to imagine your 4 exclamation points and your 7 smiley face dudes
And your trumpets.
and your trumpets and whatever Ed does for you. I know what Ed does for me.
Oh, yeah.
All right, where was I? Jenna. Gina's Reef. Hi, Gina.
She's from
I think
St.
you
Louis.
went last night too, didn't you? I'm pretty sure. No, that was Wednesday night.
Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
I always miss them. They're
Yeah.
late for
They're
me.
late. She's late, and I watch prime time, and then I go to bed because I have to be up at 4:00 in the morning.
What did I do on Wednesday night? We played games till like 3 in the morning.
I
Mom
think
and
I
Dad
got
are
everybody. If I
both
missed anybody, I do apologize.
Did you get Gina?
Gina, I did. We were
Gina.
talking about how she goes on Wednesday.
Oh, that's right. We just did that. Jesus.
And I said she's from St. Louis.
Yeah.
Or maybe I said that in my
that's bad.
brain.
You
What
might have
about
said
that
that in your
geek
mind.
boy? What about that geek boy? Did you get that guy?
Geekster, I said, hey. We can say
What
hi
a-
to him twice.
What about
because he saved me.
Deedkins? What about Deedkins and Foxanne?
I didn't see them yet, but I see Foxanne now. Hi, Foxanne. Thank you for the send over.
Look at how cool
Oh,
this
and there's
thing
Dee
came
Dee. I
out.
do see Dee Dee.
Those sort of look like no, never mind.
Last week or whatever week it was, you did those last time. I was going to suggest you do it like this because you went with the grain going around instead of alongside. And I'm like, man, that would look cool if it was alongside because then it almost looked like bark. You know what I mean? How
Yeah.
bark and
Well, it was supposed to, but I just messed up on the first one.
yeah.
All
That's
the rest of them, the grain's going that way.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, how many square barks do you have? So I just really messed up on the first one. And then these, you don't see the grain as well because I did the impression.
Yeah, but you still can see it.
Yeah,
Let's
I
do
didn't
the
like
other
the
one again.
impression as much. In
The
person, it
flat
looks
end one.
better, but
Let's see the flat
what?
end one again.
this one? Or flat top one?
I don't know. One of them. Which is no? What's the one that's got the flat end?
Oh, that's the messed up one.
That's the best one because it makes me hungry. It totally looks like a
Yeah.
dessert. It
I
looks
could
like
eat one right now.
a Swiss roll.
The problem is
Yeah, Nancy
you
knows.
can only buy the brown in half pounds. Oh, he's calling me.
Speaking of a half pound of brown,
I'm busy.
First
What was
class.
I
I don't know if I
saying?
said hi to you.
Oh, well, it only comes in a half pound of brown,
Jeff
and
Kane.
it's like $13 for a half pound. So
Pound of
all
brown.
4 of these things. So you can only make 2 things for $13, which is a total, ripoff.
Yeah.
So, but with the whites, you get for $6, you can get a pound of white. So this was probably cost me only $2 to make.
Oh, gotcha.
A lot
Gina-
more affordable than
Gina
$15
said,
a piece.
Scotty doesn't know what Swiss rolls are. Maybe I should send him a box. No, forget Scotty. Send me a box.
Right.
I love Swiss rolls.
Did Scotty come in here?
This one
Did I
came
miss
in.
him?
No, Scotty wasn't. I didn't see him, but he was.
Oh.
When we were talking about that last night, Scotty didn't know what the Swiss rolls were.
Oh,
That one's probably my favorite, Ed. I think that's my favorite one. Just the
This
whole
one, Ed.
design, just everything about it. I just feel
Yep.
like I don't know.
That's the one that actually broke up on you, right?
Yeah, the blue did because the blue was so
and
old.
I think that actually makes it look better.
Yeah, I think it
Well-
looks more realistic-ish
Right, exactly.
for like stone.
Nathan,
But what you guys can't see is the teal had sparkles. So this also has sparkles in this.
oh,
So maybe
okay.
Cat House might hate it in the end because he'll like, hey, my wife doesn't like me having things with sparkles.
Hey, Nathan. Hey, I got to, let me show you, speaking of this one, Nathan likes the natural colors. So Ed and I got together, I don't know how long ago was that? It was over the summer last year, right?
It was.
I think. Maybe in the spring even.
I
But-
don't know what happened to the video from that.
It's still on your phone, I think. You never posted it.
I need to.
No, you don't.
Forgot all about that. I've got a lot of stuff I need to post.
Yeah. I know I took it on your phone because I figured you'd want to post it if anybody did. So anyway,
Leave it.
same thing. I like natural. I wanted it to be like grays and browns and blacks. So Ed came over with his hydro bucket things, and this is what he made for me. And I still haven't put it in the tank yet because I somehow have to attach maybe like a stainless steel handle that will wrap up and around so I can hang it on the back of the tank. And then the pothos roots will go in here
Oh,
without these dirty little dogs right here eating them all the way up to the water surface. So they can at least grow this long, and they'll grow out, but then they'll get munched as they do. So
yeah.
but they'll at least have, I don't know how long that is. That's what?
Foot.
Yeah.
I think.
Are your hands really small like your feet?
Not as small. Let me see. That's about 10 inches right there.
Hold on, let me see.
Wait, I'll hold it up.
JT keeping fish came in. Who else? Oinky's here. There's Jesse.
Oinky?
Can we say hi to Matt?
I said hi to Matt. If that's the Matt from
Matt.
the Liquid Zoo, but
He tried
Oinky,
to use
Oinky made it
the
up.
spinner last night. And
I saw somebody saying
forgot
my
how.
name. It's okay.
Saying me my name. Wait, are you
was
gonna
like,
do a Muppet?
Whip, it's okay.
Are you gonna do a Muppet impersonation this time? Remember 2 weeks ago when you had the frog in your throat?
Oh yeah, I try to forget that.
Ed said it sounded like Oinky Pig, Porky Pig, Oinky Pig.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Bootsy, you can do whatever you want. You have. I don't know if you're a mod though. I can't tell on here.
She is Rachel. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cat.
Then if you're a mod, you have the com.
Dapper
Hey,
Dennis.
Salient, what's going on, Jess? Dude,
yes.
I know I made the comment, but one of your last videos, the last video I saw anyway, it was a quick one of your fish room as it panned around. Man, oh man, you have some gorgeous tanks. That was impressive.
What was that?
It's Heather Green's birthday today.
Well,
Today's my dad's
Heather
birthday.
Green. I don't think I saw you in here, but if you do pop in on a replay or later, happy birthday.
And your dad, and happy birthday to Ed's dad.
My dad is at Kohl's right now getting a shirt with my mom. So he's probably, well, he is, because I just called him and he's pretty miserable. He hates shopping, but he's doing it for mom.
birthday.
So he has
It's
a new
his
shirt to
birthday.
wear
He should-
tonight.
Yeah, you like it better when it's for you, right? I like shopping
when
way
you're
better when we're
shopping.
shopping for me.
That's true.
Yeah, but anything he picks out, she's going to say no and just make him more upset.
Can't go wrong with a Hawaiian shirt at that age.
Last night for his dinner thing he had with his friends, they went to this Chinese restaurant down the next town over, and he wore a plaid outer shirt and a striped polo going this way.
It would have been my mom's birthday too, not that far. So our parents' birthdays are close together. My mom's was on the 2nd, but she's been gone for quite some time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's
It was my oldest daughter's on the 5th.
My mother-in-law was on the 6th too.
How can your daughter be older than you, Whip?
I married into it.
Yeah.
Okay. It'd be weird to have an 80-year-old stepdaughter.
Wait till you meet her mom.
Whip married Betty White. Sketty said her son was on the 1st. Oinky said my mom's would have been on the 1st too. That's Oinky. Yours was on the 1st, and my mom was on the 2nd. I was born the day.
Miles is his was the 18th of February, and Heather, my oldest, is the 5th, and then my other two are on the other side of the calendar. It was weird the way that worked out. Like it's 2 and 2. You know,
that's how ours is too, and I think Michelle did it on purpose so that I would get the dates wrong on like our anniversary and 2 of the birthdays, because my son's birthday was January 21st. My daughter's is April 22nd, and our anniversary is the 23rd. I think I got those 3, 21, 22. So I know the months, but I get the actual day. Sometimes I get them flipped, thinking our anniversary is on the 21st or whatever. But then my birthday's on the 3rd. Ariel's my wife's is the 6th. Excuse me, my wife's is the 5th, and my son is the 4th.
Hey, G-Rock. So
call me.
It sounds like Matt had a birthday just a couple days ago too.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's insinuating.
I know Jesse had one a few days ago.
Cookie. I don't really have one, Jesse. I can't eat cookies anymore.
J-Rock. Oh, it was Rico. Yeah, it was me. Yeah, on the 3rd, that was my birthday. That was 5 days ago.
That was 5 days
Happy
ago.
Birthday,
yeah, that's
Rico.
over and done with. That's over and done with. Look right here. There's a birthday present sitting right there. Here's another one right here.
You know where another one is? It's still sitting on my dining room table. Because I suck.
Shane.
Shane, holy cow. I haven't seen you in a while either. Maybe you've been around and I'm just missing you.
Oh, he comes and goes. Yeah, he doesn't. He's pretty busy these days.
Yeah.
Matt said, "I don't have a birthday. It was taken away from me when I was young for being naughty."
Believe him.
Yeah, I believe him.
So
excuse me.
I was going to talk about a little bit towards filtration. I know you guys are more towards the, well, especially Ed, because he's got a bajillion tanks, but you guys do the sponge filters more often than the sponge filters. I don't know why I'm doing this. The sponge filters. The sponge filter. Larry D. I am not a sponge filter fan, although I do keep them. I do use them, but I do them mostly for
fun,
for air. Oh. You know, like I've made the mistake twice now, and it won't happen a third time. You know, where I did a water change, and then Miss Whip says, "Dinner time," and I went, "Food," you know, and I was off. Yeah. And I forgot to turn the whole filtration system back on again, and that killed off a bunch of fish the first time in my community tank, and then the second time it killed off my
For how long?
How long was it off? The community tank was weird because I have lost power longer than they were off.
Yeah, I was going to say
I went a year without any filtration in my fish room just to see if I could do it.
I went a couple
Yeah.
hours, and like 12 fish died. And I don't know, I didn't quite understand what happened there.
Was it planted?
That is probably my most planted tank, where the plants are screaming in pain and shriveled up and deformed. But there are some live plants in there. But yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what happened. I went upstairs, I ate, forgot that I was doing a water change. I watched TV for maybe an hour or two, and then it went fling. Hey, I got to turn that back on. It came down, and all my blue acara were dead.
Wow.
All 7 of them. I even lost a cory cat and a guppy, of all things. Guppies can live forever. You spit in a spoon and they can live for a week. But it died. My first eel, my fire eel, died. The not red tail, but the rainbow shark died. It was all kinds of different fish, and they were all huge. And then I said, that won't happen again. And then it happened again when
Did you check the ammonia? Maybe it was just something died under a rock and everybody else died.
Well, it was right after a water change. So,
Oh,
it would
maybe.
be pretty coincidental. The only thing I could think of, if it wasn't the fact that I forgot to turn the filtration on, it was farmers were doing something and the well had picked up some kind of poison.
Oh, it's a well too.
Yeah. So it's not like the city added anything. It was nothing like that. Yeah, I don't know. But I said it wouldn't happen again. And then I let it happen again with my arowana. She was almost 30 inches long. I mean, you're talking, it was a big fish.
That's 3 of your feet.
What's that? Yeah, that's right. 3.5. Exactly. And I came down, I did it. I did the water change, and I don't even think I was distracted on that one. I think I just forgot to turn it back on. And I came down, I feed every other day. So I did the water change, I fed her, she ate, and then I didn't come back down here again because it was New Year's Eve. The following day was New Year's Eve, so I didn't come down at all. New Year's Day, I come down in the morning, and she's
and
I'm like, what the? Oh, come on. And I look in there, I couldn't figure it out at first. And then I realized there was the sponge wasn't bubbling. And I opened up the thing, and there it is. And the little red taco switch was turned off. So yeah, I beat up a few walls, and
that's heartbreaking, though.
Oh man, that one actually made me feel bad.
What size tanks are these too?
Well, the one with the community fish is a 75, and the one with the arowana at the time was a 150.
Wow. So I have a 45 tall over here that's filled. It's got tons of guppies, Congo tetra. It's got all kinds of stuff. It's a little overfull right now because of the guppies. And I've lost power for 12 hours with nothing over there. There's nothing. More than 12 hours, and the guppies started swimming a little bit slower. Like you could tell that they were, but it was still 12 hours later and everything was fine. Didn't lose a thing.
I've lost power for over 24, and I've never had that happen before. So I think either there was something in the water.
Yeah, both times you said were
well, the arowana was a day and a half. Almost, it was. I did it on the day before New Year's Eve, so it was the 30th, and then I came down on the 1st. So I fed her on the night of the 30th. All of the 31st went, came and went, and then I came down in the morning on New Year's Day, and she was.
But no water change right before you did that. The other tank was a water change right before.
She was probably a water change. That's why I turned off the filtration.
So like people are saying in the chat that it does sound like a water source issue, right? Something weird with the water, because both times, right?
Was right after, yeah. But
yeah.
Did you wash your hands before you put them in there?
Every time.
Maybe you were handling rat poison, and then
I just happen to have some of that later.
Well,
Big Steve. Hi, Big Steve.
You're not a fan of your neighbor's cats.
Dude, I don't know where you got this idea. I don't like cats, but I love cats.
That's me.
Oh.
I don't like cats. I like
I thought
cats.
all you long-haired guys hated cats.
No, I've had so many cats over my lifetime.
I have
I had 4 of them at one time. Kind of, is that where you're at? You have 3 or 4, right now?
well, 2 of his own, 3 in the house.
Yeah.
In
3
the
in the house?
houses.
I had 2 live with me. Well, basically 3, because Bo is my mom's cat, and she likes to say is my brother. And he spends probably 80% of his life around me too. But he's very shy and is skittish. He's a Himalayan, and they're like the most unfriendly cats that don't like to sit on your laps. So like when my cats like Nico's walking in circles. Come here. Maybe he'll come up here. He's sniffing my shoes. My cats, whenever I come upstairs to watch TV with mom and dad, one is always in dad's lap. And then when Bo walks by, he says, "See, this is what you're supposed to be doing." And he just looks and just keeps walking.
We had Maine Coons. Well, we had 3 of them. 3 at the same time. I had Maggie, Splatty, and
Splatty. That's a bad name for a cat.
That sounds like just bad situation on the pooping end.
Oh,
Yeah,
he was,
he was named after Jack Splat Lambert, man.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah. So we had those 2, and then actually I think we only had 2 at any one time, because I had Khaleesi, was a gorgeous white tortoise, and she was with Splatty, and then Splatty was also with Maggie, but Maggie passed, and we got Khaleesi, and then we had the original. I tried Lambert the first time, and he died after a year of whatever that diseases they get once in a while. Like some cats get some kind of where their bellies get all big, and it's terminal every time.
Gosh.
But anyway, yeah, and then we've had some strays. Like I picked up Domino. She was a cat that was just living in my backyard under my deck. And then, well, there was 2 of them. There was Tennessee, because he looked like he was wearing a tuxedo. And he was not.
Everybody here in Tennessee wears tuxedos.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
T-shirt style.
we just share the set. We share it.
Yeah. It just goes from Tennessean to Tennessean. Yeah, but he wouldn't come up to us, but Domino came up. She was a long-haired brown cat with black. We called her Domino because she had the black face on this side and the brown face on this side. It was almost split right down the middle. It was really cool. But she did not get along with anybody. She was really what is it? Not demure. She was very
Not
she was afraid of everybody, whatever that word is.
Oh,
Yeah.
So she just her whole life was spent on the chair. And I rehomed her to somebody who just didn't have any other animals, and she did much better. Who was the couple of the other ones?
We had Ubuntu he was part Maine Coon. He had the tufted ears, and he had the tons of extra fur in the paws and stuff. He was surprising.
Too, right?
When you looked at him, he didn't look like a big cat, but he could easily reach up into the back of the counter. He was so long. He was like an accordion. He would just stretch out. He passed away last year, but he was almost 20. He was like 19 or 20 when he passed. Before that, I mean, when I was a kid, we had lots of cats, but a lot of them ended up badly dying, like getting hit by cars or, all that kind of stuff. That's partly why I'm the way I am with my dogs. We've talked about leashes and stuff, because I've had, like we had a dog named King who got cut in half by a combine,
that's a rough way to go.
Yeah. So we did have cats, and I do like cats, but I am definitely more of a dog person. I really am. I don't know what it is.
If we're gonna, one or the other, I would pick a dog. But cats are fine. I mean, I love my cats. I would had somebody like threatened one of my cats, it would have got ugly, real fast. So they are my babies. They're just not this. They're not quite at the same level as a dog. Because dogs, you can say, "Oh, boy, pretty," and they're on you and they're licking you, and the cat's like, "Hey, F you,"
Yeah, unless they're in a mood to,
Right.
be like kicked up and stuff. But the dogs are always in the mood,
My sister had a
unconditional.
cat named Bruce, and named after my uncle Bruce, and then a Great Dane named Tasha.
Hi, Paul.
Well, one day the cat, and it was actually on the 4th of July,
Hey,
the
Paul.
cat got into their truck, and my brother-in-law was going to go into town and get some ice because we went through all the ice. And as soon as he started the truck up, we heard the cat scream.
Oh,
And it was stretched all through.
Lisa, cover your ears.
Yeah, right. Lisa, go away, run away.
Huge mess. It was horrific. And Tasha, though, wouldn't stop crying. She was just barking so loud because Bruce every night would sleep on top of Tasha because Tasha would roll up in this giant, because she's gigantic, and Bruce would always lay on top of her, and she was just so miserable. It was so sad.
Hi,
What a
Babs.
4th of July. I'm glad I didn't look in the car.
Lisa didn't run away. She did. She heard you. Now you made
Most
her
of my kitty cats were stray cats. They just showed up on the front porch.
Probably
I like
half
the stray
mine were.
cats.
Yeah.
Black and orange stray. Oh, sorry, Brother Dan.
Oh,
Brother
Mm.
Dan
Dan
and
stray cats. Always liked them. That rockabilly music.
Yep.
Black and orange stray cats sitting on a fence, or something like that. Oh man, I used to know that song.
That was it.
I sang that.
Pay the rent.
Ain't got nothing to pay the rent. I sang that at karaoke one year.
I used to sing that when we worked at the pizza place at night when we closed down. I'd sing it over the microphone, when you're, please check your tickets, number 365, please. My friend, Michelle's ex-boyfriend, every time he used to call out, because you call out, people would have a receipt with their number on it to come up and get their pizza, right? And you're supposed to say, please check your tickets for number, 365. And he'd say, please choke your chickens, number 365, please. Nobody ever heard him. Just like when I worked at the fast food place, we used to say, welcome to Carl's Jr. May I have your daughter, please? But we'd say it so quick, it sounded like order. May I have your daughter, please? Except for my buddy Jeremy would always say it very slow. Welcome to Carl's Jr. May I have your daughter, please? And we're like, no, Jeremy, that's not how you do it. That's not how you do it.
When I worked at the movie theater, most people would go and do it on the thing where they talk, but I would just bellow it. Like, we're now sitting for the following features: Aladdin, Cliffhanger, and Last of the Mohicans.
Throw Mama from the train.
That wasn't one of my movies. It was an awesome movie, though.
People are ordering cookies.
That came out in 1990. Great, really close, though. Really close.
MNC's here. Hi, MNC. Did we miss anybody else? I think people have been trickling in. Brother Dan.
Yeah, we've had a few trickle in that I tried to catch but I might have missed one or two. So if I did, just say something. We'll catch you. So I don't know how we went to cats, but
filtration. That was where we were at.
So
what I do is I do a combination. Is what I have always done, a big combination. I have always been a big combination fan. Like this one has multiple. It's got 3 hang on the backs. It currently has 3 canisters. It's got the bubbler in the back there, the sponge. When I do end up eventually moving it, if that ever does happen, I'll probably take 2 of the canisters off. There's no reason to have 3 on there, especially when with
2 canisters on it.
Huh?
Yes. Did you say you have 2 canisters?
3. I have a FX6 and 2 Marineland 360s on there. And
What
I
do you
still
got
get
in there?
all kinds of crap floating around in there. I just can't stop it. So what's that?
What type of filtration do you use in the canisters?
Whatever comes with it. I don't hot rod anything. So
You
you know
should
what?
probably, if you want to just make it one of them a water polisher, you could do that and just put that cotton in there, and it all the water will go through and it'll catch all your little particulates.
Yeah.
And just
Or
clean
even
it out a
or
lot.
even just put the polyfill around, wrap it around the intake, and it does the same. That way you don't have to mess with the inside of it. That's what I do with my. I only have one canister on the 75, and that's what I do on the intake. I just wrap the polyfill around it, and it does a good job of polishing the water. And then I just get rid of it. And it sometimes, because I don't really care about the particulates in the water too much. I'm not looking to polish most of the time. Every once in a while, though, I do if I want to make a good video or something. So then I'll use a couple, I'll just pull it off of there, throw it away after a day or two, put another piece on. Usually takes 2 or 3 times, and it does a great job. And it's, again, you don't have to open up the canister to do it. It's just right there on the intake.
Right. Yeah. The Oscar's kind of blocking it, but there's a, the big intake on the FX6. If you're familiar with them, it is pulled all the particulate can. Can you see that?
See, no, I didn't realize. I've never had an FX6. I've only had the Marineland, and the intake's basically like a hang-on back intake.
Yeah.
It's not much bigger. Yeah.
That's well, you can't see that, but there's one next to it, hiding behind the Now that's a Marineland hang on the back, but
Here, hold on.
I like those marine.
Oh yeah, I could have done that. So right here, that's a hang on the back. It's kind of hiding behind the driftwood.
Yeah.
But then down here is the FX6, and they're all covered. They've all sucked up, and I don't think they can intake anymore.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, they're all fuzzy, so they can't really pick anything else new up. So I got to get in there, and that's kind of like a sponge filter. You know how you, the minute you start jostling it around, it just kind of releases everything back into the water. And I'm like, well, at least it's mostly contained, but it's still ugly. Like I was talking about Salient's tanks. When he did that pan, it was like, Jesus Christ, all those fish just look like they're floating around. I mean, they're literally in the air, just floating. I don't see any particulates or nothing. I always get impressed when I see stuff like that. But anyway,
Well, I have an FX6 on my 200, and then I've got an FX4. I'm going to put on the 125 as soon as I move the bichers in there. But right now, I just have shrimp and swordtails, so I don't want to suck anything up with that high power. I've got a couple of Marinelands.
Is that what you were laughing at?
I use canisters also.
I've only got one. I most of mine are hang-on backs and sponge filters, like you said. I just put a hang-on back on here because I sort of let it get out of control, and there was a lot of duckweed, and it had gotten so bad that there was a lot of mulm and detritus and stuff, and so I put the hang-on back on there and did, vacuumed and stuff. But I'm gonna take it back off and just leave the sponge filter. That's only a 29, though. I mean, the smaller tanks, that one sponge filter is fine. It keeps it pretty decent. But there's a hang-on back and sponge filter there. Hang-on back here, canister filter, 2 sponge filters, sponge filter, hang-on back over here. So I usually use a combination.
Yeah, it's really, for me, it's not just for the polishing and all that. It's a little peace of mind too. I know that if one of the canisters breaks down, because usually when it comes to, this kind of thing, hey, Kalish, something's going to break down. It's a matter of when, not if. So I don't want to be thrown into, holy crap, I need to run to the store, or I need to next day order something off of, the devil's website, whatever the case may be, you need to get it fixed right now. If I only had like one filter, there's some people are comfortable with just putting a hang on the back and calling it good. And I'm like, if that fails, you're screwed. I mean, you're going to the store right now.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I've only had one filter or canister filter break down on me, I think, ever.
See, no,
And
I had a ton.
when they break, it's catastrophic though, because it dumped over 100 gallons of water in my office while I was on vacation.
Oh.
When I got home, I thought somebody had like thrown a carp in my kitchen and just let it sit on the counter. It smelled so bad in my house. I had to pull the carpet up because the carpet had black mold on it.
Oh.
Yep. I'm a little nervous about that upstairs because I moved one tank upstairs into the living room. Crystal wanted Misfit, the flower horn upstairs, and that's all carpet up there. And I was like, I overflow tanks a lot. I'll be doing a water change and I'll be on the computer or on my phone or whatever. I'll be doing something else. Sometimes I'm in the tank and it starts overflowing and I'm like, God damn, how do I not notice the water coming up over the side of the tank? But it happens. I'd be lying if I said it didn't. So yeah, I just I'm afraid that when it's time to start doing water changes up there, it's going to be a little bit messy. How do you share a page?
You can't wait to start using my FX4.
Use that present button down at the bottom.
Present.
Right in the middle. It's right in the middle at the very bottom.
Yep.
And you want share screen, and then you want depends. I usually use just the tab, the Chrome tab or whatever browser you use. But you can use the entire screen to do it.
So did that work?
Yes, it looks great. Yep.
Oh, okay. So check this out. Can you see that?
Yep.
That was me setting up Misfit's tank upstairs.
We had a 45 tall that looked exactly like that with the same stand, the same wood, everything for the long time. I have a picture of me standing in front of it with the kids because I totally forgot we even had it. I forgot we had a fish tank when the kids were young.
It just been sitting around collecting dust.
It was it was in the basement actually I turned it into a terrarium. We used I collected a lot of stuff out of the bay, plants and such, and made a terrarium out of it with nothing in it other than plants, just for something interesting. But hold on, I actually have a picture because it's amazing how much they look alike. And I didn't think they still made those, but I guess they do.
The 45?
Well, no, that with the wood. People were saying
this could be 20 years old. I don't know. Because they don't really make the wood frame anymore, do they? I haven't seen a wood frame for sale in a long time.
Isn't it just tape though?
Yeah, isn't it? I think it's just
no. It's a mold. The mold is made to look like that.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
Same as my tank behind me, the 210. I bought that almost 20 years ago. So, I know it was big back then, but I haven't seen them recently. While you're looking for that picture, I also, so this was it getting set up. I don't think any water was in it yet. I was in the process of doing that. This is it when it got filled up. If you look on this one, you can see the driftwood on the right-hand side and the under gravel filter that I was going to put in there. Just because I wanted air without the sponge this time on this one on the display tank. I didn't want the sponge in there getting ugly. So I tried that, filled it up, and I couldn't get a regular white light. Do you see how it's kind of blue?
Yeah.
So I couldn't just get a standard white light. This is a Haiger planted light, 4-foot planted light. Got it for
Oh, is that
Christmas.
blue?
And well, check that out. Now I can't get it off of that.
That's weird looking.
Oh, is that? Oinky gave me a really cool light from Hiker that I was just thinking about yesterday.
Yeah, so
What tank to put it on.
I've tried use your words, Brian. I've tried to look it up on YouTube, and I can't find the same model. Everybody's controller is different than the one I have. So that's the light. You can see it up here. And that's the controller. And the instructions that came with it were basically instructions from IKEA. I don't know. I can't figure, what they're saying doesn't compute in my brain. So it's just a state like that. Now, some of this might be, that's rolling. Some of this might be tannins, because that is brand new, never before used driftwood. But that's still pretty red. That is not tea.
No, that is. Zanny said, did you unplug it and plug it back in?
That's my go-to move.
Yeah. Can we say hi to Paul McCarthy? Hi, Paul.
Paul McCarthy. Hi, Paul McCarthy.
And Xanadude. Xanadude's here. Hi, Mark.
Xanadude.
Hi, Mark.
Oh, man, I felt way behind. Hey, Tracy. Oh, I said hi to you. Did you see that she put her thing in there? Yeah, it was...
Stan Pittman. Hi there.
What? Stan Pittman?
Said just keep pressing buttons, on and off button. It will run through all the color modes.
I tried that. I can't get it to come up with a white. It just
is
all
Stan
weird
holding
color.
a fish?
What?
I can't see them. They're tiny for me. The avatars.
Yeah, I can't do it either.
See you, John. John's in 13 minutes.
13. It's been 45 minutes already. Holy cow! This went way faster when it's not just me by myself. You guys, did either of you see last week's? Oh my goodness! I rewatched it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I stepped in for the first part of it. I didn't feel like talking, but I was here. I watched like the first, 40 minutes or so.
I was so scatterbrained. It was unbelievable. I was like, I rewatched it and contemplated deleting it because I was like, oh my God.
And now you've done it by yourself. So
yeah, right.
I actually sort of enjoy streaming by myself sometimes. I really do.
If I could get better at reading the comments as they come up, I would be, it would be easier so that I could had stuff to talk about. But I don't want to be one of the guys, not that there's anything wrong with it necessarily, but for me personally, I don't want to be, staring at the screen, looking for a prompt from some, it's not the people in the chat job to give me topics.
Yes, it is. That's why they're here.
Yes, Nancy, that's exactly what that is.
Did you want to show us more with these? If not, I want to show you this other picture. But if you want to show us more.
Oh, no. The only thing I have left is unrelated. So go ahead.
Okay.
Let's go back to Oinky's thing, too, when you get a chance. Because she was wondering. Well, no. Oh, neat.
Look in the background there.
Oh, yeah. That is almost identical.
Look, hang on back. Or under gravel filter. Now look at Aiden's hands. See his hands? He's like making fists.
Yeah.
That's Aiden. He's 22 now, and that is me. I was a werebear. Chicago Bears. I was a werebear. Ariel made her own costume. She was I don't remember how old. But anyways, he was Batman. Every time you asked him who he was, he'd clench his fists and go, Batman. Like he was that bad. It was the funniest thing. Batman. It made us laugh so hard every time. So anyways, but though that was that, I totally forgot we even had that. I don't remember what we even had in it or anything at that point. You could tell there was no real plants. There was, I had the old fluorescent light. under gravel filter. So totally forgot we
Look at
had
how
that.
thin you look.
What are you saying, Ed?
Yeah.
I'm saying that he was in shape at one point.
Yeah, at some point, just not now.
I'm still in a shape. I'm still in A shape.
Yeah, round's a shape.
Maybe you should keep doing that werebear thing.
Yeah.
So
it does cover up my face nicely.
Is this the one, Ed? Is this the question you wanted to go back to?
Yeah. She wanted to know if any of us have ever bought one of those 50 low boys. I almost did about 2 years ago. I found one on sale at Aquatic Marine, and I didn't pull the trigger. And I want to do almost the exact same setup as Primetime. I have a table downstairs in my second fish room that I've thought about building my own low boy on. And it was my processor. So I used to have this processor that I could put film in and it would come through. But I mean, the thing weighed like a ton, literally, like 2,000 pounds. So it's made with 6x6s legs. And so it's super heavy duty. So I thought it'd be really cool to use as a low boy type thing. And I wanted to do a low boy very similar to Jason and Joanne's, but have it split in the middle and have the water going down through a sump system and have 2 different types of Shellys on each side. That's been one of my goals.
The only reason I have not done that, because my original idea was to put a pond instead of against a wall in the middle, like where I'm sitting. But there's no outlets. There's nothing here. So I would have to figure out either drop electrical from the ceiling or, drag it across the floor and tape over it. I wasn't sure how to do that. That's why I've never done
I drop it.
The freestanding stuff. Plus, I don't really have, well, I guess a pond wouldn't be the same, but at one point I was even thinking about doing a tank like that. But where do you put the filtration when it's a 360? I don't
tank.
know. Like some kind of shark.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on how big of a pond you've got, but I mean, I would probably go with like a bucket one, a bigger one.
Mm-hmm.
If it's, I love the sharks, I have 2 of them running, and, that's another video I think I shot that I never released.
I bought one from John and Lisa, KG Tropolis, Keep Fish Keeping. It's a great little filter.
I wanted to try those. I wanted to try them.
I bought the little one for a little tank, but if you could probably get the big one, or get 4 little ones and put them in each corner so that you got full circulation. I don't know if that's something that you really want, but they don't take up much room. You can put them in the corners and they wouldn't be overly distracting.
Yeah.
And low are low. I mean, I don't know what their height is, but they're pretty shallow. What are they, about like that, maybe?
Well, it depends on how many squares you got.
What?
The little things break off as squares.
Oh, yeah.
The big one, I've got the biggest one, which has 4, and I got the smallest, which has 2. So the medium one must have 3 squares.
Right. Well, whichever one equals about a foot, I think that would work good in a low boy. Because what are low boys?
In a low boy. I thought we were talking about in your pond.
No, this is I got my pond. I'm going to use a waterfall for that. I'm just going to hire Greg and not hire him, but I'm going to use his products to build my pond.
Now, are you going to do that?
That'd be cool if I can
Chicago,
get him over here, but I'm not very big. What?
Are you going to wait till you're here?
I'll probably do it here because if I wait, I might be dead before I move down there.
Oh, don't say that. I don't want you to die in 3 months.
I need to get
that's the
my
plan.
pond too. My pond is in bad shape. I'm looking at it right now. It's bad, and I need to really put some effort into it. Our ponds are very comparable currently. I mean, they're pretty close to the same thing, right? You're
my outdoor one, yeah. My indoor one is a lot bigger. I've got they call it the island. I bought it from Menards. It's 7x5 with an island in the middle.
Oh, cool.
Let me see if I can even pull that up. I probably can't.
You can see my tubs are up on their sides, and see the black things in the window.
Hold on. Can't see it.
get him
Hold on.
up
We're
there.
going to do this. Oh, there we go.
See
Yep, right
my
there.
tubs
Yep.
are on their sides right now, and then there's another tub. Whoops, the other way. It's over on the other side. Dad put it upside down over the filter of the pool, so he didn't fall into it.
Yeah. My tubs are, yeah, I've only got one tub. Well, no, I've got a couple, but the other ones are small. They're only like 20 gallon. They're all just upside down. Wally still goes over there because he saw a frog in there, last summer or the summer before now. He saw a frog in there. So now every time we go around that direction where they're at, he has to stop and make sure there's no frogs over there. And he always, hunkers
awesome.
down and creeps up to it, I love it. The dog's so funny. I'm going to do a lot of work on the pond this year. We've talked about getting the garden area fixed up. We do have those piles of mulch that's going to go around the pond area.
Oh.
You having trouble over there, Whip?
I just X'd out instead of backed up.
I hate when that
Yeah, I
happens.
bet.
God
When
dang
he
it.
just said the dimensions are 2 foot by 4 foot by 10 inches.
10 inches. Yeah, they're shallow.
Wow.
And then when you put sand in there for your shellies, it's going to be about probably 7 inches of water.
Yeah.
So I think if you wanted to do 2 sharks, you could put them sideways in your tank, long-wise,
yeah.
and then have one with the head pointing on the backside and one pointing in the front side. So maybe you'd have a circular flow.
Still have that. Yeah. Now I
Might
did
be
see
pretty neat.
I did see a Zoom Ed Lowboy, but it said it wasn't rated for aquarium. It was like a terrarium thing. It wasn't rated for. I guess the bottom is different glass or something.
But even the sides,
yeah.
the glass is so much thinner. For
I did love
terrariums.
the look of it though.
What did I do? Did I do anything? No, that's wrong.
That looks
That's not the right one.
no.
I clicked on the wrong one.
I think that Lowboy was $150 I was looking at, but that was like 3 or 4 years ago.
This one was not Osama. The one that I saw, I went to this place called Country Max. They had one that it was Zoom Ed, and it was a Lowboy, but it said not rated for. So it must have been maybe a special one, maybe an old one. I don't know. Country Max sometimes has older stuff, but this one said specifically on it, not rated for aquarium use.
So that's the island right there. It's 7 feet long from this end to this end, and
That's
5
cool.
feet wide with the island in the middle. And that's
Now,
where I
what do you
want to
do
put
with
my
the island?
arowana.
What do you do with the island there? What do you?
You could put plants in it. I would imagine you could, if you were going to
What
use
do
it
you do
outside,
with
you
it?
could put turtles and stuff in there. But
What do
Or,
you
That's
do?
where you make your filter.
Do you do anything with it?
I'm just
You-
going to put, I could put terrestrial plants in there, maybe, hopefully, since I can't grow the water ones, aquatic ones, the water
Yeah.
ones.
The water ones.
Hear my front
Yeah.
door opening.
But anyway, yeah, that's what that is. And then if
That's
I go
cool.
over here,
I like
real
it.
quick, I took some pictures of my arowana. That's going to go in there. Share screen.
Oh,
You get a
it is
shirt?
noon too.
Get a shirt? Oh, nice.
Happy birthday! Oh,
Who's
can't
birthday?
hear it. Ed's dad. I hear his mom and dad. Ed took his headphones off, didn't he? I forgot he can't hear us.
He can't hear.
Yeah.
He's no longer able to hear us. So this is my my arowana. And
Look at that big old
not
eye.
not great pictures because I had to blow them up, but
Was he 3 inches there?
probably close to 6 now. When I bought her,
Yeah,
she
look
was
at the
like
phone.
2.
Well, in that photo.
That's what I'm saying. In the photo, she's about 7. I just took that this morning.
My gosh.
Hey, Ed,
I
6 or
figured she
7.
would have grown more into her eye.
are your parents still there?
Yes.
Tell everybody saying happy birthday to your
Happy
dad.
birthday!
Hey, Mom. Everybody's saying happy birthday to Dad. Do you want to wave at him, Dad? Do you want to wave? He said that's okay.
That's all right. Tell him Whip said happy birthday.
Whip says happy birthday, and Enrico didn't say anything.
Tell your dad I said his son is a dick. He is beautiful. That
Rico
is beautiful.
says that I'm delish.
Delish. Delish.
They're not gonna. She's not gonna keep those colors on her fins, but
Yeah.
she didn't have them when I first brought her home. She was just silver, and she's really turned into a beautiful fish. And then when she gets bigger, she'll
Neat.
lose them again. But the fins will stay darker, which is why they're called black. What is he saying? What species? It's a black arowana.
For the focus on one of the questions people ask is, what fish you would like to combine or, turn into schooling fish or whatever. And I would love to see like arowanas with like guppy type flowing fins, not the real super, super long ones, but all the colors and stuff. Can you imagine if arowanas were like guppies as far as all the different color variations and stuff?
Or even bettas. You could do a
Asian.
betta,
Yeah.
right? I mean, they got some crazy colors.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Did you guys see the short that I did? It was from Corey. Corey from Aquarium Co-op posted something. Who's leaving?
Nathan's got to go do some lawns.
Oh, Nathan, I'm gonna miss you.
Buddy.
I miss you already.
You like watching you leave, though.
Hate to see you go, but love to watch you leave.
Yeah.
He had gone to Japan or somewhere, maybe China. I don't know where his travels took him, but he was walking down this aisle of just Asian arowana after Asian arowana, and he came up on this one long-finned,
Yes.
blood red,
Yes.
gorgeous arowana.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Beautiful.
If somebody were to say, Whip, we need you to go out and take out these 3 people and you can have that fish, the world would be 3 less people.
We should, Ed wants to show us some, but I think we should, Johnny's already started. We're running over him.
Well, just a little bit. I already talked to
There you go.
You got something? Oh yeah.
I mean, look at these are crazy colors.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's just a regular. Well, back up. That one on the left. Now a little bit more. A little more. Right. Oh no, I guess that looks like it could have been it. The right in the corner, upper left.
This one?
Yeah, is that the long fin one? I can't tell. It's too little.
No, I don't think so.
They were long
They were really flowing fins, weren't they? The one
They
that
were
red.
amazing, but that's the right color. That's the right color.
Yeah. The fins were just, you were talking about bettas. It sort of had that kind of look to it.
Yeah. And if you can get an arowana that stays the size of I don't know, 4-6 inches, something like that, something people could actually keep.
Yeah.
90%.
Especially if they had like schooling behavior. You get like 10 of those together.
I think this
Zinni,
gold, black and gold is neat.
The scale, yeah.
Yeah.
Really stands out.
Black and gold is neat about everything. It doesn't matter if you're talking, fish or football.
I have not, Jesse. I've not thought about the father fish one. I would have to redo all the tanks.
Yeah,
And that just-
I'm not a father fish method guy either. I don't like that method, to be honest with you. I've tried it. I did try it on my 14 gallon, and it's just
I haven't
good.
tried it, so I mean, I don't have an educated opinion on it.
Yes, they are, Jess. I'm aware.
What was the opinion, or what was the question? Because I have done quite a bit of I don't know if it's Father. Well, I've done the same dirted type tanks that Father Fish does, but mine was more of LRBs where I didn't even do any oxygen for a year. But the mulm really does build up. You know, they in particulates build up,
It's horrible.
and yeah, so I think my water was doing great. The plants were doing great, but just it's like if you go out in a pond in the wild, they aren't pretty. And we like pretty looking fish tanks. So
Yeah, I mean, there's not even anything really in there anymore because I moved all my smaller fish to put. I was going to try my hand at raising the little shrimps to feed the arowana. Like just get some culls or something that people were getting rid of, and I killed all 10 of them, the same day. So the water obviously was not conducive to their health. And I haven't put anything else in there other than the 2 male guppies. And there's mulm everywhere. It's a black sand on top of the fluval, whatever that stuff is called, stratum.
that's too expensive of substrate to have mulm all over it.
Yeah, I'm like, screw this. But there is like 3 plants in there that are growing, so I haven't tore it down because it's that one I have completely converted over to no softener water, softener treated water.
Do you RO all your water?
No, that's the problem I think I'm having. That's the problem that I've kind of grabbed onto anyway. I had mentioned something, and Steven said, "Are you using softened water in all your tanks?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, that might be why you can't grow any plants, dumbass."
Well, and you see, that's why I thought soft water was not good for plants.
Well, I think soft water is fine, but artificially softened water is not because there's a lot of salt in there.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Oh, softened water coming. I was thinking like RO system.
No, this is the softener that you put in like Culligan or whatever.
Yeah. I got
And
you.
that never even occurred to me because I've had the softener for 10 years and I've never really had any issues with the fish, but I can't grow plants to save my life.
Nancy, I don't think you said the dumbass part out loud.
Yeah, you only thought it.
Damar's came in and Melvin too. Hi. Hello.
Melvin. Hey, buddy.
Damar's was the other
fish
one.
lady came in. Have you moved yet? Are you
Hi,
still
Holly.
are you in Illinois yet? And who else? Damar, hey buddy. I don't see Damar.
They're up farther.
Oh,
Dumbest laws. Oinky just said that it's illegal to have axolotls in New Jersey because they're probably afraid that they'll get in the systems and kill everything.
yeah. Well, that's because
Which is
people
just dumb.
still packing. People are just jerks. I mean, look at Florida. They've turned Florida into just a mess.
When I first moved here, though, you couldn't have turtles in Tennessee, and it was because of little kids licking their turtles and getting salmonella.
I remember that. They banned baby turtles. You couldn't have anything smaller than like 4 inches or 5 inches, something like that. They'd let the pet stores sell the bigger ones, but you couldn't get them as hatchlings because apparently the hatchlings were more susceptible. Hey, Darlene's Tanks is here.
She said she's in the bushes.
If you have kids,
Yeah,
don't let them suck on your turtles.
What's
If you
that?
have kids, don't let them lick your pets. I think that's just good.
Well, I don't think they were licking them directly. I don't think they were like, ah. They were probably handling
the
them.
turtles in their mouth. They're probably like.
I'm gonna eat you. Get in my
I'm
belly.
gonna wash you off.
There you go. Nancy B wants to enter a don't lick your turtles PSA.
Yeah, there you go. That's your next one, right? Next P
Hmm.
you gotta find a guy licking a turtle up.
Well, in Tennessee, you couldn't have any type of turtle at all for several years, but they lifted that not too long ago.
Oh, that's wrong. Talking
Now
to each other.
you have to
Hey.
buy your turtles or take them from another state. You just can't take turtles from the wild. You can't take anything out of the water alive unless it's a full grown snapping turtle, which doesn't really make sense to me either.
You know what though? There is no fish police, not really. There's a couple that like to pretend they're fish police on the internet, but you would have to be pretty dumb to have somebody come knocking on your door and looking for stuff that you've collected. Right? Nobody's
Well, as a
they're
YouTuber,
so
you're
hard up on money.
advertising it.
Nobody's going door to door to make sure you
Oh,
don't have an illegal pet.
I'm wearing my primetime shirt right now.
Yeah, you are. Look at you go.
But like Ed said, you know, if you show it off at all online, you'd never know when somebody's going to report you just for being, you know, because they don't
Yeah,
like you
well,
or whatever. and,
Again, you
you know,
can't be dumb. I mean, if you're gonna
don't show it.
yeah, if you
Well-
want it just for you, I mean, there's no reason to be broadcasting that. Hey, look at this! I'm breaking the law. Ha ha! Screw you, government.
And they're mainly doing it to make sure that our darters don't all get taken out of the wild.
Which is
Because
good.
we're one
I
of the
mean,
Yeah,
last
that's good.
darter states.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. I'm all for protecting our you know, native species as much as we can. But you know, just blanket, you know, it's like a lot of things. There's no gray area. It's just black and white, and there needs to be just more, you know, thought put into it. That's all. You know.
Well, Nancy says you can't do that stuff with the frogs, but I pull all the frog eggs out of my tanks and I feed them to my next door neighbor's goldfish.
All right. I know people are still talking, and we still got 38 people in here, but we are kind of stepping on Johnny No Shoes
Yeah, we don't want to do
toes
that.
here. So and Rico's about at it. He's run out of gas.
Yeah.
And Ed hasn't had but 2 hours sleep. So hey, Grant.
Hi, Grant. It's good to see you, Grant. Jeff Kane. Hi, Jeff.
Kane. I think I saw you earlier. I hope I said hi, but if I didn't, hi. If Zenny's still here, are you still here? Yes, there you go. You read my mind. That could be scary for you. We're gonna say goodbye, and hopefully you all go over and see Johnny. At least give him a little love. He's been doing this a long time, and I like him. So go say hi. But until then, you guys got anything to end on?
Thank
yeah,
you.
Don't sweat the petty stuff and don't pet the sweaty stuff.
Yeah, there you go. Get tanked. See you tomorrow or on the streams, wherever.
Another time,
Another time.
another place, another bat channel.